Hello, my name is Dr. Peter Moonlight and I'm the Curator of Trinity College Dublin Herbarium. I'm here today in Killarney National Park to introduce you to Ireland's Temperate Rainforest, one of Ireland's most special and complex habitats, and also to introduce you to 5 of the species that really characterise this ecosystem. So this is Saxifraga hirsuta, which is one of the real Irish temperate rainforest indicator species. And I say Irish really deliberately because this is one of the very few flowering plant species which is found in Ireland but not in the UK. It's in the genus Saxifrage, which is Latin for the rock breakers, and it's usually found on humid rocks, sometimes tree stumps, usually around waterfalls, on wet rock faces and things like that. It's easily recognised by its reniform, which means kidney-shaped leaves, which also give the species its common name, the kidney saxifrage. And as well as that, it's got these lovely white hairs, which give it its Latin name, Saxifraga hirsuta, meaning the hairy saxifrage. So it might look like I'm stood in front of a bank of moss, but you have to get really close to see that the majority of the plants growing on this bank are actually ferns. And they're really special ferns. They're one of Ireland's 3 species of filmy ferns. Filmy ferns are unique among the ferns because their leaves are just 2 cells thick. And if I turn the light on my hand lens and put it behind the leaves, you can see that the light shines straight through. It really is as thin as tissue paper. These plants are real temperate rainforest specialists. If you look at their distribution map in Britain and Ireland, you can really see that it hugs the Atlantic coast in areas where there are more than 200 days of rain per year, just like where I'm stood now. And in fact, if you look at the base of every single tree stump and rock around me, and you look nice and closely, you'll find this filmy fern on almost every one of those rocks and tree stumps. No self-respecting rainforest would be worthy of a name without its lianas, and this is ours. This is Hedera hibernica, the Atlantic ivy. This is found across the islands, but as you move west towards the Atlantic and into the temperate rainforests, it grows much more commonly and much more luxuriantly. A really interesting thing about this plant is that it has 2 different forms of leaves. These are often called the young leaves, and they're lobed, whereas the more mature leaves, closer to the flowers, lack those lobes. These are called entire leaves. This is a phenomenon called heterophyly. This plant is just coming into bud now, and it's a really important source of late season nectar for bees and wasps. It can be distinguished from the common ivy, in part because the leaf veins are a lot paler, but also, and you need a hand lens to see this, it's got tan hairs on the petioles and also on the undersides of the leaves. This species of plant here goes by the common name of the St. Patrick's cabbage, but it's not actually a cabbage at all. In fact, it's quite distantly related and a second species of the genus Saxifraga. This species of Saxifraga is also an indicator of the Atlantic rainforest, and it's found in Atlantic rainforests in Ireland and also on the Iberian Peninsula. It can be distinguished from Saxifraga hirsuta by its spatulate leaves. That means they're narrower at the base, broader at the apex, just like a spatula. It's also got much more glabrous leaves, so much fewer hairs on the leaves, and it has the dentate margin to its leaves, so these big tooth-like indentations all around the margin of the leaves. The most important tree species of the Atlantic rainforest, the one that really gives it its structure, that platform for the climbers to climb up, for the epiphytes to sit on, is Quercus petraea, the Irish oak, the sessile oak, and actually also the national tree of Ireland. This oak species is distinguished by It's really short peduncles, so those are the stalks that the acorns sit on. They're almost indistinguishable. It looks really like the acorn is coming straight out of the stem.